Introduction. Friends, the environment in which all of us grow up, its image is always lit in our mind. Most of the people in the world are living in one form or the other. They always end that lack. They keep doing their work in this way. In general, every family tries to present its best, but even after that it is not able to attain complete freedom mentally. He works very hard to fulfill the thing whose effect he sees in his life. He also tries to get his family out of that poverty. A special image is formed in his mind about the lack going on with him, in which he decides in his subconscious mind that whenever I can rid myself of this lack, I will try to do something different for my society as well. This is such a level of his mindset, in which he is planning to present his responsibility towards the society. In general language it is kept in the category of charity. Dharmarth is actually the world's biggest religion to understand the meaning of humanity. Artha, that is, that level of energy where mental freedom can be achieved automatically by using it. It is very important for us to know how and in what form our donation can be fruitful. Our mental board is not really mature enough to do charity or charity in true sense. But even after that, there is always a wave in our heart towards it. Before doing charity, we should have full knowledge of how nature will reward us. In our ancient texts, the subject of charity has been explained in detail in many ways. The current modern education system only tries to benefit us at the upper level, but reveals its incompleteness in preparing us for in-depth research. Modern teachers do not use knowledge and education for charity, but for their selfishness. In such a situation, students do not know how to make real use of education. Before we do charity, first of all, we should discuss why and for what purpose we are doing this work. Because due to ignorance, most of the people do not get the proper benefit of the goal for which they do charity on their behalf. It is generally seen that the philanthropist uses his donation in a sponsored manner. He also presents his picture and purpose through propaganda. If we study the traditional texts of any particular sect, then one thing is known in it. Donation should be done in such a way that if the right hand is donating, then the opposite hand should not have any knowledge about it. If the donor always donates selflessly from behind the cover, then nature gives him its real fruit. If charity is done for any purpose, then for this one has to be prepared for the good or bad results obtained by it in the future. Basically, the real purpose of charity is to give the excessive energy given by charitable nature to nature in an equal way. Just as the river does not drink its own water, it only takes the current from its source and travels to its destination without any disturbance. A thirsty person can voluntarily collect as much water as he wants. In the same way, the flow of energy is also done through charity. The real method of charity is prevalent in the world, but even after that, why it cannot be done in true sense? There is a special reason behind it. It is natural that no work is done without a reason and no point is born without a reason. Charity is an integral part of our lives which is done every moment by all of us. We have got this material body, through nature, in which the 5 elements are included. We offer our service to these 5 great elements every moment. As a result, we also enjoy this material world through our senses. Our physical body consists of 70% water. Most of the 30% rate is received by the earth element. The fire and air elements nourish our physical body in the extinct state. For the development of the physical body, the sky element becomes an ally inside and outside. Our physical body is called Anyamaya Kosha. Our prana mycosha, which is available in the extinct state just above the physical body, is connected to us every moment through air. Just above this there is Manamaya Kosha in the extinct state in the form of fire element. After this, Vyanamaya Kosha in the form of Akash Tattva intensifies the place for us. Above all, the Anandamaya Kosha is present to connect us with the universe. Annamaya Kosha basically refers to earth and water elements, so we keep supplying these two in the form of food and water daily. Human is considered to be the best creation of nature, because the kind of intellectual level that exists with human is not available with any other creature. Human is the only creature that can work easily in any dimension. In the form of air, water and food, man continues to do charity with nature every day. It is such a religious act that is recognized as a natural ritual. Whatever environment a human may live in, but as long as he continues to do one or the other of these tasks, nature continues to respect him and provides energy to his physical body. Whenever the pranamap kosha is obstructed for a few moments, nature leaves the company of human beings at that very moment. On the other hand, the type of flow in the form of blood that keeps on happening every moment in the human body, if there is a momentary obstruction, then the heart rate stops and the physical body leaves its contact with the air for a few moments. Just as there is always flow in the stream of the river and its water remains pure due to this flow. In the same way, as long as the flow of blood continues at every place in the physical body, the body remains healthy. In summary, you understood a topic of charity, which we do not know in the original. Just as nature has naturally tied the human body in a chain of charity, in the same way it is necessary for human beings to understand religious activities in this material world and perform their duty towards them. Understanding and performing all the responsibilities we have in their true sense is the biggest service to nature. The physical world basically functions in two dimensions, which are known as the two dimensions of nature. The first dimension refers to the inner nature of the physical body and the second dimension addresses the outer nature. The main function of each body in the animal world is to connect the outer nature with the inner nature according to the individual environment. Up to 40% of this connection is balanced by nature itself, but 60% has to be done by the living beings through their actions. This 40% basically refers to 7 different states of mind. These 7 stages work in 7 directions, on the basis of which 7 days, i.e. 7 days, have also been created. In the outside world, these 7 days are popular as 7 days of the week. But in the inner world these 7 days do their work in the form of 7 cycles. Each cycle naturally selects a day for itself, for which nature indicates to use the respective energy. Basically each cycle accepts each day as its ruler. For example, Saturday is known as Muladhara Chakra, Thursday is known as Manipur Chakra, Monday is known as Ajna Chakra, etc. etc. We will discuss about all these in detail. Methods have been created at different levels in this physical world, through which it is taught to know this physical world and to create real life by touching the levels ahead of it. Different religious texts have revealed a series of ideas through which human life can not only be safe, but can also easily discharge all its obligations towards the universe. It is only necessary to understand and follow them through the right method. Every human tries to do the best work at his own level, but due to the imbalance of nature, his efforts do not get complete success. As his efforts progress further, symbolically, both clean and unclean feelings get awakened inside him. The 60% part of nature, when it gets affected to a great extent, then the 40% starts working in the same direction in which its feelings are. In such a situation, man does not understand that whatever work he is doing, how much it is certified on truth. Nature has provided such a tool to the entire animal world, the proper use and misuse of which depends on the individual actions of the animal world. The name of this instrument is the brain. There are two types of very subtle instruments in the brain which are addressed as intelligence and mind. Mind is a place where the external and internal nature stores information in the form of thoughts and also inspires them to flow in the right direction. Wisdom is said to be the force that is used to make thoughts flow in the right direction. All the different types of creatures available in nature, all have their own level of brain capacity. The brain is such a place where the 5 elements of nature and the 7 directions keep on gathering every moment in the form of information. The capacity of intellectual force gives proper place and direction to this collection. Initially, when the child is born, the intellectual force at that time is considered completely healthy. But this stage actually remains far behind the original level of nature. As the child is brought up in the environment, he also builds his future life in the same way, which mainly includes the capacity of his intellectual force, the type of food, water, and air provided to him during the period of his upbringing. He develops his brain almost on the basis of the same. From infant stage he moves towards child stage, from child stage he moves towards Kumar stage, and from Kumar stage he moves towards youth stage. While traveling till young age, his intellectual level is almost ready. Now the path ahead has to be built according to this intellectual level. This construction work is based on the level and capacity of his available intellectual level. If the intellectual level is of the best class, then it becomes possible to make the future better. On the other hand, if it is of medium or low class, then the future is also built in the same way. If we try to understand this through an example, we can compare the land with our mind. The better the fertile capacity of the land, the higher the yield is prepared. If an attempt is made to germinate a low-grade seed in a high-grade land, then that seed becomes capable of presenting its low grade at the highest grade. On the other hand, if a high-grade seed is grown in a low-grade land, then in such a situation there is a lot of difficulty for that seed to go to its best condition. Generally, that seed is not able to fulfill its obligations even till the middle grade and moves towards termination at a young age. You can see this example in comparison with human. The same happens with most human lives. Generally, this type of environment is very rare among wild animals because nature has established them in such a way that they perform their duties without any personal selfishness and bondage. Except humans, all other living beings live their whole life according to a certain rule. The rules of all of them are easily available to them from their individual group. All these rules are somewhat different for a human being, which he builds according to time and circumstances. Except for some rules, which have been determined accurately at the global level. All other rules and their determination are done by humans from time to time. Making rules is an art, but following all those rules is considered a bigger art than that. Donation or charity has also been made a strange rule about which we will understand in detail using different points. Now we are congratulating you for the completion of the first chapter of Dharmarth Vastvik Satya. Friends, this is one of the book that can help you a lot in changing your thought process. If you really want to do the same as your mind instruct you, then you must have this book in your mobile as a e-copy. If you are interested for that, the link is given in the description box. Please fill the form and book a copy now. Now we will meet in the next chapter with title, Manav Jivan Ke Panch Rin. Please share this audio of the Buddha to at least 5 of your friends. Thank you so much for spending time with us.